Hey guys, Justin here with JHart Modelworks, coming to you with a bench update. Pretty much in this video, we're just going to go over some stuff. We're going to talk about some Christmas cards. I don't have a lot. I know some of these guys have like 50 Christmas cards. I've only got like 3, but that's okay because they are 3 awesome cards from 3 pretty awesome people. We're going to go over the list of the builds that we did for the year. We're not going to go into a lot of detail on them. I mean, we have videos with finals on each one of these. So probably just going to maybe throw up a picture and put a link down in the description box below to each of the playlists. If you want to watch a playlist for a particular build, you could go do that. And we're going to talk about some stash ads. Don't have a lot of those either. We'll just have 2. But there are 2 pretty cool stash ads that I am kind of excited about. So let's go ahead and get started with the Christmas cards. First Christmas card that we have, get one every year. Absolutely love getting Christmas cards from Old Tom, Rambler 69. Beautiful card. Love the metallic red. Love that old truck with the Christmas tree. Cannot beat that. I may do a Santa truck one year just for maybe a Christmas truck for a Christmas build one year. We'll see. We'll just have to see what happens. Some really nice words on the inside. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. I love your card each year that I get one. The next one that we have here comes to us from Frank over at Frizzo Model Cars. Frank is an awesome builder, great guy. Check out his channel. I'll probably link it down there below. If I don't link it up there in one of those corners, I think it goes up in that corner after I flip it around. So Frank is awesome, and this is another cool Christmas truck. Thank you, sir. Awesome card. The next one is not from a gentleman in the modeling community, but he's still a pretty cool guy. He is not a YouTuber. Now, this is a gentleman that I have worked with at a couple of different companies for a few years now. This card comes to me from Larry Minuto. Awesome guy, pretty cool. He's currently in RF engineering, working with me at the place where we work. I commission sites. He sends us the files that have all the settings in them. That's kind of part of what RF engineering does. So that is an awesome card as well. Thank you very much, Larry. Finished builds for 2022. There's not a lot of them. We ended up with 5 finished builds. We started 7. 2 of them have not finished. I thought the first build of the year was the Revell, but the Revell is actually the last build of 2021. So the first build of 2022 was the Fujimi Dino 246 GTS Enthusiast Kit. Love the Enthusiast kits. Tons of parts counts. Lots of awesome detail. They can be a little fiddly, and they sometimes are challenging, trying to get everything to fit in the right place. Tolerances can be a little tight. Sometimes you have to work to make everything look right. But they do come out to fantastic kits when you get them finished. So after the Dino, we moved on to the Revel 44 pickup. I believe this is originally a monogram kit, reboxed by Revel. Still a really nice kit. We did this one for the 80th anniversary Pearl Harbor group build that was being hosted by Charlie Mack. Had a blast. My first group build. We did this one up in a really nice splash candy green and stripped all the chrome down and redid all the chrome in some alclad copper. I think those 2 colors go really well together. Loved this build. Had a lot of fun with it. Took it to my first show, and between it and the 41 Chevy, the judges were absolutely thrilled with both of them. So a great build. Next up, we did the Tamiya Alpine Renault A110. We did this one in a pearl white with some candy red metallic racing stripes. Thought it was a really cool color scheme. I found it online. Everyone does this kit in the Monaco blue, so I thought I would do something a little more unique. Really like how it came out. There is a small area where the red bled through on my striping. Just nothing I can really do about it. I can't fix it because I'm not going to be able to get the pearl white to match back up. So it just kind of is what it is. Every kit has some flaws here and there. That is the flaw that's on this one. After the Alpine 110, we moved on to the 240ZG from Tamiya. This was a buddy build with my brother from another mother, Shawn, from the Scale Model Car Guy channel. Absolutely love that guy. So we had a blast. He did his box stock. I customized the crap out of mine. Beautiful candy orange. I'm not really a big orange guy, and when I did the candy orange on the test spoon, I was like, yeah, that's going on this car. And it came out fantastic in my opinion. We also did a video during that playlist, or during that series, where we went over how to sand and polish out with a Dremel on 2K clear coat. That video got so many views. It was insane how much traction that video got. That was awesome. Wish I could get some more videos like that because I could really use the watch hours, you know what I mean? But that was kind of just an update series. That wasn't a build video series. I do still have all the footage though, so one of these days maybe I might cobble together a build series out of it. And our final completed build for the year, and this one took up like 3.5 months, was the Revel 69 Nova Yenko, which we did using a Restomod kit from C1 Models. Now I just went and looked at Chris's page over at C1 Models, and he's got a very, very limited selection right now. From what I'm reading on his website, he casts to order, so he may be running a little behind with the holidays and whatnot, so he's put up a very limited list, maybe some stuff he's already got on hand, I don't know. So that wraps up our completed builds. We did start the Audi R8 from Revell. That got boxed. We're not like boxed forever. We're just waiting on some window masks that I ordered back in like October from Zoom-On, and I still don't have them. I haven't seen any update on the tracking past it left headed for the destination country. So I personally think that they have been lost in a container ship somewhere, never to be seen again. I don't think I am ever getting those. So basically, when I do finish the MGB, I'm going to turn around and just make my own window masks with some Tamiya tape and wrap that one up. We also are, of course, working on the Ashima MGB, the 68 MGB. Kit was sent to me by Vic over at Vic's Miniatures, another awesome guy. Having a lot of fun with it. The body paint came out fantastic. The chassis detail I'm really happy with. I wanted to be doing the interior video on the MGB. Unfortunately, today's high was 50, I believe, and it's currently in the 40s. And right now is the highest it's going to be for quite a while. I think it's supposed to get down to like 8 tomorrow. And it's supposed to be pretty miserable for the next several days. I do not think that this build is finishing this year. I really wanted it to finish this year. I don't think it's happening. We do have some parts done. We have stripped all the chrome pieces and resprayed at least the interior chrome. I'm using some Duralumin Tough, and I'm really happy with how this is coming out. This stuff is really nice. But yeah, half the parts are still in primer. And I just do not see me being able to finish painting anywhere near in time to do a video. It's just going to be too cold. When it's cold and you're spraying paint, the paint does not break down and atomize and mix with the air in as fine a particle. That's why when you're doing rattle cans, people tell you to heat the can up in hot water. When you warm the paint up, it atomizes and it doesn't come in as heavy and as large of globules. So when it hits the paint, or when it hits the body, it goes down thinner. It goes down real thick when it's cold. Another thing that I've noticed, especially with lacquers, is partially because it goes down so heavy and it doesn't atomize right, when it cures, it pulls away from the edges and you end up with cracks all along the edges. So like if you're spraying down into the tub, all along the bottom edges that paint's gonna pull away and you're gonna end up with cracks in there. And it's just, there's nothing you can do to fix it. People have been like, well, just spray it and then bring it in. It's not when you're curing it. It's a matter of how that paint mixes with the air and sprays as particles. They particleize too heavy, and then it's just too thick sitting on the body, no matter how light you spray it. So when it does cure, it pulls back. And that pulling back, that shrinking, is what causes the paint to crack along all your edges. Hopefully, maybe we'll get some warm days next week, and I can get something going and finish up at least the interior and then move on to final. I really only think we've got about 2 weeks left on the MGB, and we can have that thing knocked out. So maybe that's going to be our first build. I'm pretty sure it's going to be our first build of 2023. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and look at some stash ads. Don't have a lot of stash ads either, just 2 stash ads. Some stuff that I picked up, well, one I picked up a couple of months ago at the Plastic Society DFW meeting. We hold it in Hobbytown, USA in Arlington, and they've got a huge selection of models, and then they've got, like, all around the store, they've got just all sorts of old kits, awesome stuff, pretty pricey. I think they price based off of eBay pricing, so they're a bit steep. But they've got some cool stuff. They do have, I've spoken about it before, that Testers has a Lamborghini Countach set that has the LP500 and the LP5000 in one set, and they're really 2 Fujimi enthusiast kits. They want like $80 for it, and I would love to pick that up because either one of those kits goes for like a minimum of $60 by themselves, minimum, if not more, on eBay. Especially if you're picking up the Fujimi versions, they can be pretty pricey. But that's not what we have here. What we did pick up is the Revel Ferrari F430. You guys know I love my Ferraris. I cannot help it. These things, I love Ferrari cars. I don't really love Ferrari as a company. Some of the stuff they do is a little crappy, but they do make some magnificently beautiful cars. I have built the Spider version of this car. Revell does this one, and they do the Spider. And really the only 2 complaints is, one, I tried doing a candy red again, and I was trying to go for like a cherry, like a dark cherry candy, and what I ended up with was kind of a candy brown. Every time I've tried it, I end up with what turns into a candy brown. But the real issue, and the only real build issue that I had with the 430 Spider, is that the chassis pan was warped, and it was warped badly. I took a hairdryer to it for a couple of hours trying to get it shaped back, and I still ended up having to glue the bottom edges of the body to the chassis to get it to kind of stay in place. And it's just a matter of, it's an old kit. I believe I picked that one up new from Hobbytown in Hearst. I don't think that was an eBay build buy, but it is what it is. Those are kind of older kits. Right now, Ferrari only allows one company to build models, and I forget which company it is, but they only do die casts. There just are no new Ferrari kits coming out. Ferrari's got some beautiful cars that would make amazing kits. Like the Monza SP1 and SP2 would be fantastic. That would be a great 2-in-1 kit for someone to put out. I love the car. It's a gorgeous car. The new SP3 Daytona is... I was not a fan when they first released it, but as I look at it more and more, it grows on you. It's kind of strange. They do have some other cars as well that just came out last few years, like the Roma. The Roma's a beautiful car. Alpha Models does a Roma kit. It's a beautiful Roma kit. They're like $150, and I just can't afford them. I just really can't spend that on a resin pretty much curbside kit. I just can't do it. I would love to. I would absolutely love to build that kit. But we are sometime going to build this one, though. Don't know when. There's a lot of kits in my stash now. I'm kind of feeling a little overwhelmed. I need to stop buying kits and start building more kits. It doesn't help when it takes me like a month to 3 months to build one, though. The next kit came to me from Shawn, my favorite Redmat up there in Arkansas. It's a little annoying. He is like literally like one state up diagonally from me. Super close. I've still never met Shawn in person. During the unplanned trip that we had to do to Ohio, we drove through Arkansas. I wanted to see him, but he lives up north, and we drove across the bottom of Arkansas. Just didn't have the time. We were following my mother-in-law. The whole point behind the Ohio trip, my mother-in-law's sister had passed. My mother-in-law doesn't get around well, so we went up to assist her and make sure that she got around and you know, she could get where she needed to go, and she had help if she needed it. So we needed to stick with her, so I didn't get a lot of chance to deviate. I just didn't have the time to run up there and visit him like I really wished I could have. We were also really close. We were like an hour or so away from Chris over CD Scale Models. He just lives over in Pennsylvania. I wanted to sneak off for a day and just go run over and meet Chris, but our schedules just didn't line up there either. But Shawn from the Scale Model Car Guy channel hit me up and he's like, "Brother, I need some help." And I'm like, "Okay, brother, what do you need?" Because, you know, we take care of each other whenever we can. Shawn is planning to do a 1/8 scale version of the EType Le Mans car. One of Acme's themes for 2023, the Acme show, is going to be Le Mans, because it's like, I don't know what the year is. It's like 100 years or 50 years. It's some anniversary for Le Mans. And Chris is going to do a 1/8 scale Le Mans racer for the EType. He's got an 8 scale road kit. So he's going to have to do a lot of scratch building, and that man can do it. He's going to knock it out of the park. But all that kit comes with, because it's a road kit, is the wire wheels. And the racers had the Dunlops with the 3-spoke kickoffs. So he's like, "Justin, I need some 1/8 scale racing Dunlop Jaguar E-type wheels. Can you help me?" I found a set that I think were 24th scale. I had him send me one of his wheels from his 8th scale kit so that I could get the measurements correct. Ended up having to print wheels and tires, and I just printed them together. I have the rubber resin, and I do not like it. I really hate the rubberized resin. There's a new version of it out that I think Tom from the Scale Modeling channel says is better. But the old one, which is the one I have, it's super thick. It's like pouring tar into your print vat. The stuff is crazy thick. It doesn't want to cure. In order just to get the stuff to stick to the build plate, those of you who have 3D printers will understand this. I'm using a mono 4K, so the monochrome resin printers need like very, very little time for the first layers. The first layers do have to cook a little longer than your regular layers so that they stick to the build plate. It's nearly a minute. It may actually be over a minute just to get this to stick to the build plate. Each individual little layer is like 11 seconds each. Regular resin for my printer is like 2 seconds a layer. So the stuff takes forever to print. Half the time it fails. It doesn't stick to the build plate, or the layers don't stick to themselves. So halfway through the print, it just starts coming apart. Absolutely hate that stuff. So I did print them all in one piece out of hard resin for him. I think they're hollow in the center of the tire portion, but everything else is a nice solid piece for him. I printed him up 5 because the Le Mans car needed a spare wheel. Had to have it. It was one of the Le Mans requirements, so I made sure that he got the spare. He also sent me his 1/24th scale because Heller did the car that he's building, but they did it as a 24th scale car. So he sent me his 24th scale decals, and I scaled them up to 1/8, reprinted them on custom decal paper, and cleared them and got them ready for him. And so I also 3D printed off a fuel filler cap because the Le Mans Racer had a fuel cap that sits on top of the car, and it's kind of like that Shelby Cobra style. So I printed them off one of those, and I painted it up for him using the Duralumin Chrome. It's beautiful, beautiful parts. I didn't paint the wheels, so I'm going to go ahead and link his video down. He's got a video showing all the stuff that I sent him. So if you want to check that stuff out, you can go ahead and hit his video down here. Give him a watch. If you're not subscribed to Shawn, give him a subscribe, because that man earns a subscription. He does some great, great builds. As payment for the stuff that I sent him, he sent me something that I was looking at out of his stash. This time around, I grabbed this one. He knew I wanted it. He sent it to me. It's the Testors BMW M635 CSI. This is an awesome looking car. I know it's not my typical, it's not my typical build. It's not my typical style. But to me, this is a cool looking car. I'm thinking maybe like a dark pearl green, maybe a dark candy green. Some cool wheels. Maybe some matte black on the bumpers and the side skirts. I don't know. We got some stuff going. Some ideas are running around in my head. I think this is going to be an awesome, awesome build. That's in the list to get built as well. So thank you, Shawn. Thank you very much, brother. That's going to be cool. That is probably going to go ahead and wrap up this video. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Fingers crossed we get some weather where it's at least warm enough to get some paint down and get the interior finished. I would love to get an interior video out, but I don't think the weather's going to play well. We will see. I will try. I will do everything I can. I wish I had a space heater that would heat up that garage. If I did, I wouldn't have this issue. But it's just the nature of the beast, and you have to deal with Mother Nature. So if you made it this far, I appreciate the heck out of you. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will catch you guys on the next one. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. Also, feel free to leave comments, feedback, critique, or anything else in the comment section below. I enjoy interacting with all my viewers in the comment section and try to reply to all the comments I receive. If you want to catch future videos, please consider subscribing to my channel and make sure you click the bell notification icon so you can be notified when I upload new videos. As always, thank you for watching, keep modeling, and have a great day.